So we are discussing about the topic input function, isn't it? Okay, write some questions. Write the questions and write the corresponding input functions based on the question. Okay. The first question, write a statement. All of you switch on the video. Okay. Write a statement. Write a statement. Nestle, Kevin, switch on the video. Write a statement to input country name. Then write a statement to input price of an item. Price of an item. For example, it is the rate of pen. It is 50.5. Okay. Then write a statement to input age of a person. Write it fast. First, you want to input country name. Second, you want to input price, that is a float value. Then third, you want to input age of a person. Okay.
Ma'am, what's the first question again?
First question, country name. Input country name. Anjana, Iron, switch on the video. Amal, Iron, you got the questions? Okay. Anjana, switch on the video. What happened, Amal? Sanam, switch on the video.
Yes, 1 second.
Okay. The first question is Sanjana. The first question, write the input statement to input country name. Input country name. Write input statement for inputting country name. Then second question, for inputting a float value, that is price. Input price. Consider price as a float value. Okay. Then last one, input age. All of you switch on the video. Okay, Tom Sinton, read the first one.
A equal to input, enter the country name.
Yes. A is equal to input, enter the country name, because country name means it's a string value. So we can directly use the input function. So A is equal to input within bracket, within double quotes, write the message, that is enter country name. Then Tushar, read the second one.
B is equal to int bracket, enter the price.
I'm saying that that price is a float value. Then how we convert that? How we input that float value?
B is equal to float
Okay,
bracket
correct,
enter the
Usha. Correct. So if we are entering a float value, the answer is B is equal to float within bracket input enter price. Okay. If you want to input a float value, first write the function name, it is float, within bracket write input, then within bracket write the message within double quotes. Okay. Enter price. Okay. Then Abhiram, last one.
I haven't done the last one. I'm doing it.
Okay. Nestle, read the last answer. Nestle. Okay, Nestle. Amal. Unmute Amal. Read the last answer. Unmute Amal, unmute. What is the variable name, Amal?
Float.
First you want to write the variable name, just like A is equal to, B is equal to, just like that, okay? Then, which variable name you give for that statement, Amal? A is equal to, B is equal to, which is the name? Okay, no problem. Kevin, read the last question and answer. Read the answer only, Kevin.
C is equal to
C is equal to.
int input
Oh,
enter age.
okay. Amal, listen carefully. We want to input integer value. Okay. For that, first you want to write the variable name. Here the variable name, we can write any variable name. We can give A equal to, B equal to, C equal to any variable name. So first write the variable name. Here I am giving A is equal to. So A is equal to. Then I want to input age. Age is of which type? Age means 18 age. Then 20 age. So that age is of integer type. So I want to input one integer value. For that, first I want to write int. Then within bracket, write the input function. So A is equal to int within bracket, enter the input function, int, then input, then within bracket, within double quotes, write the message, that is enter age. Okay. So these are the three functions related with input function. If I want to input a string, directly use input function. Then if I want to input float value, before using this input function, just write the function name float for converting that inputted value to float. And if I want to input one integer value, first write the function name int. After that, you can use the input function. Is it clear, Amal? Okay. So the next function used, we discussed it is eval. Eval is another function for inputting integer value. Okay. Then next topic it is data type conversion. Data type conversion. Write the heading, data type conversion. Data type conversion is also known as typecasting. There are mainly two types of type conversion, that is explicit conversion and implicit conversion. First, you write the definition of explicit conversion. After that, I will explain the concept. Data type conversion, it is also known as typecasting. There are two types of type conversion, that is explicit and implicit. First, write the term explicit. There's no need of writing this example, okay? After explaining, you can write the example. So data type conversion is also known as typecasting. This is the alternate name for data type conversion, that is typecasting. There are mainly two types of type conversion. The first one, it is explicit type conversion. Explicit data type conversion means if I want to convert one integer value into float value, I was using this data type conversion. Okay. If I want to convert float into integer, then also we can use this data type conversion. Then for converting string to float or string to integer, integer to float, all these data type conversions are happened using this data type conversion or typecasting. Okay, so data type conversion is the concept that is used for converting one data type to another data type. For int to float or float to int, char to int to char. For these conversions, we are using this data type conversion. And the alternate name for data type conversion, it is typecasting. Okay, then the first data type conversion, it is explicit conversion. Explicit means external user is used, or external user forcefully convert one data type into another data type. That is explicit. Without with the help of user. Data type conversion is happened with the help of user. That is explicit conversion. One external user is needed for converting one data type to another data type. That type of conversion is known as explicit conversion. Explicit conversion means the programmer or external user is needed for conversion. To change the result value data type. It is mainly used for changing the data type of the result. It is mainly used for changing the data type of a result. It uses the target data type as a function. I will explain this term with example. And a variable is passed to convert it. Okay. So, if I want to convert one float value to integer, I will use the function int. Int 6.5. Here the result is 6. Because I am using int function. This is function. Target data type as a function. What is the target data type? Target data type means to which data type I want to convert. I want to convert this float value to integer. So the target data type function, it is int. I want to convert a float value to integer. So the target function, it is int. So int 6.5. Then first use the function, that is int, and a variable. Here I am using a value. Instead of variable, I am using a value. Here we can use variable also. Here I am using a value that is a float value. So in this statement, this int function accept this 6.5 and convert that 6.5 into integer. So the result it is 6. Okay. So explicit conversion means user give instruction for converting this fractional value into integer value. User want to give instruction, or the programmer write the instruction based on conversion. That is explicit conversion. That is, external user is needed for converting one data type to another data type. That type of conversion is known as explicit conversion. Sanam, Myron, Nestle, switch on the video. Anish, Alan, all of you switch on the video. Alan Varghese. Okay, so explicit conversion means to change the result value to data type with the help of user. You just write the term with the help of user also. Within bracket, right? With the help of user. To change the result value data type with the help of user. It uses the target data type as a function. That is, if I want to convert a value to integer, the target data type function is int. Okay. If I want to convert a value to float, what is the target data type function? Sanam? If I want to convert a value to float, then what is the target data type function? Okay. Anish?
Ma'am,
If I want to convert a value to float, then what is the target data type?
float.
Yes, float. So, if I want to convert a value to float, the target data type, it is float. Okay, Krishna Undi? Okay. If I want to convert a value to integer, which is the target data type, Krishna Undi?
Integer.
Int. It is not integer, int. Okay. Then, if I want to convert a value to string, for converting a value to string, we are using a function str. It is not string, it is str. Okay. For converting a value to string, we are using the built-in function, it is str. Okay. Then, if I want to convert a value into character, it is chr. So, for converting a value to integer, the function used is int, and for converting a value to float, we are using float function, and for converting a value to string, we are using string function, str function, and for converting a value to character, we are using chr. Okay, these are the four main functions used in explicit conversion. Explicit conversion means a user want to convert a particular data type to another data type. We are using explicit conversion. Explicit conversion, user forcefully convert one data type to another data type. using some built-in function int, float, str and chr. These are the built-in functions used for converting one data type to another in the case of explicit data type conversion. Okay, so here int of 6.5. What is the meaning of this int of 6.5? Rahul, what is the meaning int of 6.5?
Integer.
What is the result of that statement? Rahul?
6.
The answer, it is 6. Here I am given a value int of 6.5. This 6.5 is converted to its corresponding integer value. That is, this float part, fractional part is discarded and it will take only the integer part as result. So the result, it is 6. Okay. Then here float of 6. What is the result of float of 6, Alan? Alan Joshi?
6 point.
It is 6.0. 6 is the integer value. I want to convert this 6 into float. So after converting this integer value to float, the result it is 6.0. Okay. Then here str of, I am giving one string value. The result is, if I am giving it will display like this. That is within single quotes or within double quotes. That is, if I am giving a value like this, str of 100, it will display. If I am giving within double quotes, it will give the result as 100 within single quotes or double quotes. If I am giving a value like this, 10, it will display like this. It will just insert a set of single quotes or double quotes for representing the corresponding value as string value. Okay. So for converting a value to string, we are using a built-in function str. It will just convert that string value into, just convert that value into string using single quotes or double quotes, a pair of single quotes or double quotes. It will just display the value within double quotes or single quotes. Okay, that is str. Then in the case of chr, for finding the result of chr, you want to by heart some values. That is, ASCII value of capital letter A, it is 65, and Z, it is 90. Small letter A, it is 97, and small letter Z, it is 122. Okay. For doing this operation, for performing this CHR function, you want to by heart the ASCII value, that is American Standard Code for Information Interchange. That is ASCII value, American Standard Code for Information Interchange. Each and every character in our keyboard has its own ASCII value. Okay. Capital letter A to Z, small letter A to Z, then digit 0 to 9, almost all the special characters including tab space, white space, all the keys included in our keyboard has its own ASCII value. That is American Standard Code for Information Interchange. Okay. Now you want to by heart the starting and ending value of capital letters and small letters. Okay. That is needed for your topic. So capital letter A, the ASCII value, it is 65. Then what is the value of 66, Krishna? What is the value of B, Krishna Nunni? If A is 65, what is the value of C? Unmute Krishna Nunni.
66.
C. If A is 65, what is C?
67.
Yes, 67. Okay. So you first by heart capital letter A, capital letter Z, small letter A, small letter Z. Okay. So if A is 65, B is 66, then you can calculate the other values, ASCII value by hearting this first and last value. Okay. Is it clear? Okay.
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
so the ASCII value of capital letter A, it is 65, and ASCII value of Z, it is 90. Then in between so many characters are there, you can find out the ASCII value based on the starting and ending value. Okay, if I want to find out the result of Y, what is the result of Y? What is the ASCII value of Y, Sanjana?
Ma'am, 89.
Yes, it is 89. Okay. Just like that, you want to find out W, X, just like that. Okay. The case of small letter also. First, you by heart the first and last value of small letter A. ASCII value of small letter A, it is 97. ASCII value of Z, it is 122. Then you can find out small letter B. What is small letter B? It is 98. Then small letter Y, it is 121. Just like that, you can find out the ASCII values. Okay. So for finding the result of CHR function, you want to study or you want to by heart the ASCII values of each and every alphabets, capital letters and small letter. For that, you by heart the first and last values. Capital letter A, it is 65. Capital letter Z, it is 90. And small letter A starting from 97 and small letter Z is 122. Okay. Then I will explain this function, that is CHR within bracket 65. What is the meaning of this function, Rahul? Okay. Kevin? What is the meaning of this statement, CHR within bracket 65?
Ma'am, to find that to find the value, ASIN value.
It's not ASCII. Here I am giving the ASCII value. CHR is used for converting the 65 into character. Okay. CHR is a built-in function used to convert the 65 into character. So what is the result, Buddhadev, here? CHR of 65. What is the result, Buddhadev?
A.
A. Which A? That is capital letter A. Okay, because 65, the corresponding character, it is A. So CHR function convert the 65 into character. So the result, it is capital letter A. Then if I am giving CHR 87, Alan Varghese, what is the result? Alan Varghese? Character and string is represented using single quotes or double quotes. Okay, so the result, it is A within single quotes or double quotes. Okay. Basuri, what is the answer, CHR of 87? Basuri?
Capital W.
Yes, it is capital letter W. Okay, it is capital letter W. Then CHR of 122. Amal, what is the answer, Amal? CHR of 122? All of you switch on the video. Okay. Vishnu? Vishnu? What is CHR of 122? CHR of 122. Anjana? Small letter Z. Okay. Is it clear, Amal? That ASCII value and CHR function? Okay. So here we are discussing about type conversion, data type conversion, or data type casting, type casting. It is used for converting one data type to another data type. There are mainly two types of conversion. The first one, it is explicit conversion. Explicit conversion means one external programmer or one external user is needed for converting one data type to another data type. That means user want to write this statement. User want to write the statement based on the conversion. Otherwise, we can't convert that value to float data type. If I want to convert integer value to float value, I want to write the statement based on the conversion. I want to write float of, or I want to type int of. So one external user is needed for converting one data type to another data type. That is explicit conversion. Okay. Is it clear? Is it clear? Anyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Any doubt related with this one? With this data type conversion? Okay. So we are using three built-in functions for data type conversion. The first one, it is int. Int is used to convert a value to integer. Then next it is float. Float is used to convert a value to float. So if the value is 6, the result it is 6.0. A point is compulsory in the case of float data type. So if I want to convert 16 into float, the answer is 16.0. Okay. Then in the case of int data type, if it is 16.5, I will remove this, the interpreter will remove this 0.5 and the result it is 16. The result include only integer part if I am using int function. If it is float function, the interpreter convert the 16 into float value by using a point and 0. Then if I want to convert a value to string, string means the value represented within single quotes or double quotes. That is string. So if I want to convert a value to string, you want to use the built-in function, that is str. Then if I want to convert integer value to character, character means single character. For that we are using chr function. Chr within bracket, write the content, write the integer number. Then it will display the corresponding character. If I am giving 69, it will give the corresponding character. In ASCII, we are using 128 characters. Okay. So for all capital letters, small letters, 0 to 9 digits, then special symbols used in keyboard, all has its own ASCII value. Okay, so if I'm giving a number that is a valuable number in the ASCII session, the CHR function return the corresponding character based on the ASCII value. Okay, these are the built-in functions included in explicit conversion. Okay. Aparna, switch on the video, Aparna. Aparna, am I audible? Okay. What is explicit data type conversion, Aparna?
Ma'am, to change the result value data type.
That is in the definition. I'm asking about the main concept.
To convert the value into particular like string in float and
with the help of user. Okay, you want to say like that, with the help of user, to convert a particular value to a data type, to a particular data type with the help of user, we are using this explicit conversion. Okay. For this explicit conversion, we are using a target data type function and a value inside that function. Okay, a target data type function and a value inside that function. Okay. What happened to my PPT? Now, is it clear? This PPT?
Yes,
Kevin?
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay, okay. So, write this example also. X is equal to int input enter number. Y is equal to int input enter number 2. Then Z is equal to int of X by Y and print Z. Okay, Abhilash, what is the meaning of first two statements?
First two statements is to input number 1 and number 2 and their values integer.
Okay, so X is equal to int input enter number 1. Okay, that means I want to enter first number, and this int function is used for converting the entered value into integer. So if I am inputting 5, that 5 is entered here in the form of string, and the string is converted to integer. So in next, the value stored it is 5. Okay. And the second statement, the same way, if I want to input a value 2, 2 is converted to integer and it is stored in y, that is 2. The content of y, it is 2. Content of y, it is 2. Then what is the meaning of z is equal to int of x by y? Abhiram?
What?
What is the meaning of third statement?
And both are both integers are divided together to get
Both
result.
result. Then here that is the operation, that is x by y means 5 by 2 is calculated. Then what is the use of this function, Abhiram?
Integer.
What is the use?
When
This used to convert
point
point to
float.
Point is the float value, point to integer. Okay, Abhiram?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, Tushar, what is the meaning of this statement? Third statement, z is equal to int of x by y.
It means that divided by y.
X divided by y. What's the result here?
5 divided by 2, which is 2.5.
Yes. Then what is int?
Integer.
Then what will happen if we are using int of 5 by 2?
The decimal value will be got.
Yes. So int of 5 by 2, the result it is int of 5 by 2. What is the result? 5 by 2, it is 2.5. Okay. But we are using a function int here. Int of 2.5 means z is equal to int of 2.5 means this 2.5 is converted to integer. That means this decimal part is discarded, removed, and the integer part is assigned to z. So the content of z it is 2. Okay. That is the question is int of x by y. That means x value it is 5, y value it is 2. So 5 by 2 is calculated first. What is the result of 5 by 2? It is 2.5. Then I am using a built-in function int. What is the purpose of int function? Int function is used to convert a particular value to integer value. Okay. So here the value it is 2.5. So using this int function, I am converting this, the interpreter converts this 2.5 into integer value. So it will remove this fractional part. It will take the result 2. That is the content of z it is 2. Okay. Is it clear, Rahul? Okay. Here enter number 1 it is 25, enter number 2 it is 3, then what is the result? 25 by 3. What is the answer of 25 by 3, Krishnanuni? 25 by 3, what is the answer?
$8.3.
8.3. Okay. So 25 by 3 it is 8.3. Then it will convert that 8.3 into int. So this fractional part is removed. The result it is 8. Okay. Is it clear? Explicit conversion. I will give another question. The value of x it is 12 and value of y it is 2. Find out the result. Sarah, why you are late?
Ma'am, I had a net issue, ma'am.
Okay, Sarah. Sanam, your mic is okay? No.
Ma'am, is it 6.0?
Yes, it is 6.0. The answer it is 12 by 2. What is the result? It is 6.0. Okay. 12 by 2 it is 6.0. And this 6.0 we want to convert this 6.0 into integer. Then what is the result? X, it is 6, correct. So x by y it is 12 by 2. 12 by 2 means 6.0. Okay, because we are here we are using normal division. X by y means 6.0 is the answer. Here the answer is a fractional number. So 6.0, that 6.0 is converted to integer. So 6.0 version, integer version of 6.0 it is 6. Okay. Is it clear? Okay. So data type conversion. What is the alternate name for data type conversion, Amal? Alternate name for data type conversion. Unmute, Amal. Okay, I can't hear you. Buddhadev?
Typecasting.
Yes, typecasting is the alternate name for data type conversion. Then what is the first type of data type conversion, Vishnu? First typecasting method?
Fast typing.
First one, first